Good evening, everybody. Sorry it's a late show. This information was given to me yesterday. I had to whip this show up. This is mainly for the brokers and for law enforcement. You need to pay attention what's going on because this right here is undoubtedly financial crime in trucking. There's no doubt in my mind, financial crime. These people doing this, they need to go to jail. They need to be put out there. All the information needs to be put out, and they all need to go to jail. Because what's going on, it's criminal. There's no way it's not criminal, especially in trucking. So, how about we get into it? Don't forget, if you're new here, it's probably because you're either in the show or you're one of the crooks and you got added to the emailer. So I hope you like your show because this is how we do it here. We have these crooks and we want the crooks to see their own shows, what they're doing. And I believe some of these people are probably not even in the United States. So law enforcement, you have my full agreement. You can use this video if you need to use this video on these fools. Please put a stop to it. And the FMCSA needs to be held accountable too for what's going on. No doubt in my mind. So let's start. I got quite a few slides. Pay attention how this one unravels and what goes on. There's going to be about 12 authorities here, and there's going to be about 5 nonprofit corporations. Think about that one. Think about that. Any questions? I'll answer them at the end. You can put them in the chat. I'll see them and I'll answer them at the end. Yes, Bean. Bean is going to be in here. In fact, we're going to start it off probably with Bean. Let's get rolling into the show, shall we? So, MC1578375, Gem State Logistics. This is how these criminals treat trucking and treat the brokers. They think they're going to do their extortion tactics. They don't work. They don't work. If I were you brokers, do not pay these criminals. Let them try to take you to court and then let the judge see what kind of criminal activities are involved in. This is what he sends to the broker. We send an email to you and your coworkers. My driver is not going to deliver your load because your company brokers are trying to make money in our fair job. Obviously foreign because he can't speak proper English. We need to get paid for everything fully to unload this. If we are not going to get paid, you can forget about your load. Then he puts the load numbers in there. I blocked them out in there. But look what he adds in. For caused moral damage, 800. This guy is actually trying to extort an extra $800 from the broker, threatening to hold the load hostage. This is criminal right here. This is bullshit. This is extortion. This is holding freight hostage. This is criminal. Brokers, I'm telling you, start punishing these crooks. Shut down their authorities. Let them feel what justice in the United States law system feels like. And anybody that's tied to them, take them all down. Take them all down like dominoes. So, this guy, Bean, Gem State Logistics, you're an idiot. You're an idiot and you're a criminal for trying to extort these brokers. So, let's go into it. Now, you brokers can look it up. I didn't put all of them in here, but pretty much most of these guys, I believe, have been busted for double brokering. Okay? So, Gem State, double brokering reported. The contact is Anna Sergeyevna Ruzina. Look what it says here. Different mail address. Our artificial intelligence engine detected this carrier provided FMCSA with a mail address that is different than their business address. This could be a big red flag. We see this all the time. FMCSA sent mail to the email address. It was returned as undeliverable. This could be a big red flag. Potential chameleon carrier. FMCSA inspections. They determined only 8% of this carrier's trucks had FMCSA inspections within 24 months. FMCSA records indicate the carrier reported operating 13 trucks. Double brokering risk, double brokering reported, unresolved claim reported. This is what happens when you guys deal with these types of crooks. And they're going to get you involved in missing freight. You're going to have claims. You're going to look bad in front of your customers. It's very easy, simple solution. Get rid of all of them. That's it. Chop them all out. So, look what it said here. Our client is extremely upset carrier booked a load and then double brokered it to DOT 322-8327. And yes, I have that authority. Freight was transloaded and a great portion of the product was damaged. The carrier that showed up was not the same trailer or even the same DOT. CHP is dealing with the claim. Tracking was not used and communication was horrible. Carrier is do not use. Okay? So, Gem State Solutions, they're number one. 13 power units, 14 drivers. Another thing you can pay attention tonight, most of these authorities, like I always say, they're within the past 2 years. This one was granted October 3rd of 2023. Now, I need somebody, anybody, to explain to me how the corporation is a nonprofit. How does a trucking company have a nonprofit corporation? Explain it to me. I've never seen it, but I'm going to show you tonight a couple of them. This right here is bullshit. Believe me, it's bullshit. Brokers, if you start checking half these guys' corporations, don't just check their authorities. Don't just go by the vetting platforms. Run their corporations, and you will find amazing things of what's going on between their names of who has the corporation, and then look at this, nonprofit. Surely this trucking company is nonprofit, right? Huh, bullshit. Let's move along. So, this lady also has this authority in her name. Falling Star Logistics, Inc. out of Oklahoma. Okay? There's her name. I had to go right to I think it's Oklahoma. Anna Sergeyevna, whatever, Ruzina. Entity has a pending insurance cancellation. This one, March 26th of 2024. Not even a year old. Not even a year old. She has two authorities. One is nonprofit. This one, I guess, makes profit, huh? This what these people do with these authorities is unbelievable to me. And it's not a little. It's not a medium. It's mega. Next. This is who they double brokered the load to. Very strange, this one. Legal name, Crescencio Cortez Diaz. Doing business as Gabby's Transport. 3 power units, 3 drivers. Now, remember that address, 1078 East Morada Road, San Bernardino, California. This one granted January of 2019. But what's strange is when I'm trying to do my research and look and search, this name is attached to another DOT number, DOT 2606827. That address is 2228 North Golden Avenue, San Bernardino. This one's going to be interesting, folks. Here it is. Here's the 2228 San Bernardino, California. Right there, you'll see the phone number. You'll see the DOT number. It's Gabby's Auto Repair and Body Shop. Interesting, isn't it, folks? It's interesting how a body shop has this authority, has these 2 separate addresses, right? Interesting. And they have another DOT number. I believe it's not active anymore, or they changed it somehow. But this is the kind of stuff that is undoubtedly fraud, okay? Now, what's interesting, and this is another thing, I got these 2 slides here, and I don't know, maybe I just dig too deep, or I don't know what's going on. But I found these inspection records, okay, under that DOT number. What's strange to me is the VIN number is the same truck, but it has different license plates. So I guess they're playing switcheroo with the license plates also. Because I don't know, I can put a license plate on a vehicle and it stays there for years. This is one. Here's another one. Another VIN number on a truck with 2 different plates, like they switched them. You see what's going on here, what they do? Let me move along. Now, it's a little bit weird here, but if you look over here by my hand, this 1078 East Morada, San Bernardino is tied to the Crescencio Cortez Diaz and Gabby's Transport. But on top, when I clipped it, it also, the other authority was Dino Transport. And you'll see the emails and the phone numbers, the dinotransport@yahoo.com. There's this name, Gabriel Cortez. I don't know if it's the same Cortez. Maybe it's the wife, maybe it's the boyfriend, maybe it's the girlfriend, maybe it's the gay lover. I don't know. But this is what these people do. There's another one there, Gabby's Auto Shop at Yahoo. Gabby Transport 658. They're shuffling emails, shuffling numbers, shuffling addresses, open and closing authorities. These are chameleons, 100% textbook chameleons. Now, this is the MC and the DOT number that was with Dino Transport. And it had, obviously, a different address. But it was them. It was them 100% because it showed it was related in the previous slide. This one supposedly is not authorized anymore. And I don't remember exactly, but even some of these numbers are going to, if you go slow and you want to look at the phone numbers, a lot of the phone numbers are the same. They don't change everything. Now, we got another Freight Guard report. This one is a web of crap. A web of crap. This one came from a Chad Gray. He should have gotten, I added his email, so he should have be getting this video also. Chad, I congratulate you on putting this there, because as long as you put this there, I was able, with the other broker, to backtrack to find a web of stuff, a huge web of stuff. I booked a load from NKCMO to Dallas, Texas on 3/14. At that time, this carrier had no Freight Guard reports. Today, I received an invoice from a factoring company, Keystone Receivables, and they have JS Logistics, MC1439628, as the carrier on the invoice. JS Logistics is not set up in our system. I looked up both MC1566277 and MC1439628, and both are double brokers. Interesting, isn't it? This one is called Trans Global Logistics, but because they're so long and I have so many slides on them, we're going to jump right away to who they double broker to, which is JS Logistics. JS Logistics, double brokering reported. Look at all this. Look, I mean, you brokers, you know, you pull it up, you see it. This has a name, Denis Minachev. And that's another thing I'm going to point out. These are all European names. These people, I don't know if they're here, and that's why I wish the FMCSA, I know some people are pushing for it. They need to start pulling IDs. They need to start pulling passports. These people, before they touch an authority, they should know who they are. And the same with the corporations. Not just open up authorities, open up corporations, open up nonprofits, rob the United States of thousands, if not millions, of dollars and avoid paying taxes. And then who suffers for that? The American people suffer for it because these scumbags want to come from their countries as criminals and operate as criminals over here. But let's move along. I'm getting a little sidetracked. So, authority number 5, JS Logistics, Inc. I'm not going to put everything. It was a lot of stuff. I have about 30 slides. We're almost halfway through. We're at 14. The mailing address, without a doubt, it's a UPS authorized shipping outlet. We see this all the time. We see it all the time. 7 power units, 8 drivers. Do they have them? I doubt it. This authority granted in 2022. There it is, the 2-year thing again. This is JS Logistics, the one that received the double brokered load, and they also have been marked as a double broker. No mystery, a lot of them canceled, replaced, canceled. Their insurance is a giant mess. Now look at this corporation on JS Logistics. I need to know how you brokers make payments to these people when their corporation, it says expired, failed to file renewal. How does even the factoring company pay their invoices and charge for an invoice? The corporation is no good. It's no good. This is crazy. It's like, I don't know what kind of businesses these are. It's only one word, fraud and criminals. That's it. Expired, failure to file renewal. Interesting. No? Tell me it's not interesting. I wouldn't pay none of them. I would not pay none of them. Number 6, now we get into some meat. Trans Global Logistics. And as we know, look, mailing address, Staples, another mailing address, Granted, September of 2023, 7 power units, 8 drivers. Starting to see a little similarities there too between 7 units and 8 drivers. No, 7 and 8's like they're lucky numbers. This is number 6, Transglobal. Watch how deep this one gets. This is deep. Transglobal Logistics, okay? Now, if you look at the corporation, it was 1 month ago, May 2024. But the authority over there says September of 2023. How? How? Explain it to me, folks. Nothing lines up. Nothing matches. It's straight fraud. Now, you'll see this guy above my head, Imonazarov Zavarbek. This is going to be an interesting guy. But then it caught my attention because underneath there is the incorporator says Trans Global Express Inc. Could it be? Yes, it is. But look, canceled, replaced, canceled. Now let's see what's going on here. So this Zavarbek is showing 367 Heath, Ohio. Transglobal Express Inc. Transglobal Express Inc. Oh, Transglobal Logistics Inc., Transglobal Express Inc. Now, I look up Transglobal Express Inc. There's 2 of them. 2 of them on Safer. Now, we know Transglobal already has an authority. Now we're going to go dig over here and see what's going on. So, this was the first one. This was started 8 years ago. Is it associated with them? This one could be. I couldn't find a link, but it's very, very possible. This could go back years where this was probably the start. This could be the hive. Okay? This one has a Kirill Maruza, and this one's out of Illinois. This one was 8 years ago. Their authority granted 2016. 17 power units, 17 drivers. So I just put this one in there. You know, you guys can research it. You can check it out. Maybe you brokers will find them for double brokering also. Transglobal Express Inc., nonprofit. Nonprofit. So this nonprofit corporation is in charge of the Transglobal Logistics. Are you following, folks? I hope you're following, because this is a second nonprofit now. But let's dig. Let's go a little bit in. So this authority is out of Manaway, Ohio. This one, I believe 100% is connected. 5 power units, 7 drivers. Canceled, canceled, canceled. Authority granted November of 2023. Interesting. So this lady is on the corporation, Justina Vikskrait, whatever. And what do you know? What the hell did you see? I see. Look, she's got another authority, folks. Another one. So this is how the web is so deep because you have an authority with another authority that has the corporation that's for the other authority, but then the person on the other corporation, other authority, has another authority. Another nonprofit. Top Haulers Logistics, Inc., Topeka, Kansas. So this chick has 2 nonprofits, Transglobal Express Inc. and Top Haulers Logistics Inc., all carrier authorities. Are you following? This one is out of service. Out of service. Canceled, replaced, canceled, canceled. It was granted June of 2023. Didn't even make it a year. It was revoked in April 17th of 2024. No mystery. They should all be revoked. All of them. Now, I told you, this web is deep. You remember this guy? We're back to this guy. Now, when you flop his name around, what do we find, folks? What did Mr. Axel find? Another trucking company. Another authority. Another authority. So basically, what are we up to? 4 tied into each other? Flip the name around, put a different corporation. Let's make a couple nonprofits. Now, so this guy was on Transglobal Logistics, Inc., and he's on another one, A to B Truck Lines, Inc. These guys are our criminal organization. No doubt. No doubt not a criminal organization. And I bet you they all committed perjury. I know somebody's listening. 100% on these guys. Add them. I want the feds to come in and start sweeping all these guys up. Number 10, A to B truck lines out of Akron, Ohio. Now you're playing in my backyard, you criminals. Believe me, you don't want to play in my state. Canceled, cancel. Look, just recently, June 17, 2024. This authority granted last August, 2023. You see what they're doing here, folks? They're opening up all these authorities and all these corporations. And no doubt, money laundering, tax evasion, everything is involved here. This one shows 12 power units, 13 drivers. I told you, this show is weird, okay? You see on the left, A to B Truck Lines, Inc. You see this Zafarbeck Incorporator. Now, I pulled up both. So he's showing on A to B Truck Lines, his address is 942 Main Street, Akron, Ohio. May 6, 2024. But on the bottom for Trans Global Logistics, he's showing 367 30th Street, Heath, Ohio. That one was May 25th, 2024. So basically what? 2 weeks after? You see what they're doing here? You see what they're doing. Authority after authority, corporation after corporation. These guys, I'm telling you, brokers, you have the power. You have my blessing. You have my blessing to wreak havoc on these criminals, okay? Because this guy is basically saying he's at these two addresses for these. You see how they try to hide? You cannot hide from Axel. You will never hide from Axel. I'm networking with the brokers. You criminals, I hope you're listening. I'm working with a lot of brokers, a lot of carriers, and a few drivers. And they are sending me stuff. I'm going to dig. I'm going to expose, and I'm going to roast all of you. All of you. And sooner or later, the FMCSA and the feds are going to say enough is enough. Time to do a sweep up. So, oh man, we got this lady. She's connected too. And you notice they're all European names. Elizabeth Yankova Yordonova. A to B Truck Lines. She's connected also to A to B. 1502 Britain Road. Over there. You see it? She's connected too. Believe me when I tell you. Believe me when I tell you. We got another authority from her too. Midnight Start Logistics, Inc. But this one's in Oklahoma. You see on the right there? I pulled the corporation too from Oklahoma. She's also on this one. March 25th, 2024. This is a hive of criminals right here. Hive. They're all connected. This is number 11. You see it, folks? Hit the thumbs up. I appreciate it. I love thumbs up. You want to support the channel? You subscribe. You hit all notifications. You want to be a sponsor? If you're on the YouTube, on desktop or whatever, you can hit the join next to Axel Live, and there's 3 sponsor levels. Unless you want to be a big sponsor, then you can email me. And I swear to you, I will continue to tear into these criminals because nobody's doing it. Nobody's doing it like Axel does it. Now, number 12, Swift Trans Logistics. Yes, she has this one too. Swift Trans, September 29, 2023. See her name on the bottom there? Elizabeth Y. Yordonova, agent. You see? 10 months ago. These are all within this past year or 2 years. Nonprofit. You see nonprofit? I don't know. Put in the comments. Explain to me how many of you brokers have nonprofits for your brokerage? Do you guys? I hope I don't find any brokerage with nonprofits. But trust me on that one. That'll be real interesting. But these are dirty carriers. Dirty. Explain this to the IRS, how you're a nonprofit. I'd like to know this one. You're a truck company, you're a nonprofit. So, folks, let me get the motion going here. You know, we got motion graphics. I try to do the shows as quick as possible with as much information as possible. This was given to me yesterday. I guess some brokers, and I think they're probably watching. They were in a group chat because, I don't know, they were dealing with this nonsense, I think, with this hostage freight. And then the guy has nerve to try to on extra 800 for, what did he call it again? Let me go up there. What did he call it again? He called it for moral damage. Moral damage. He wanted an extra 800, trying to extort the broker. You guys are criminals, and you're trying to extort the brokers. I swear to you, these authorities, if you owe them any money, I would tell them, you know what? Welcome to America. You're not getting one dime. I swear to God, I would do it. Especially if they got double brokering. I would tell them, thank you for the donation. Take me to court. I would love to see these guys in court. And then you can even take this video now and you can show it to the judge. Yes. How do you like that one? Show it to the judge, show it to the prosecutor, show it to the feds, show it to everybody what these criminals are doing. So that's it. That's the show, folks. I don't know, man. I just don't know. When I started seeing, what was it? 12 authorities, and a bunch of them are linked, like authority is in charge of the other authority. Like how? How is this possible, man? And then 5 nonprofits. I couldn't believe it. When I see the first one, nonprofit, and I start digging into these guys and seeing the other nonprofits, I said, wow, this is a major racket. It's got to be organized crime. This has to be. I don't know how the feds cannot come in knocking on these guys' doors. They need to pull everything, their bank statements, IRS, everything, sweep in. I'm telling you, it's a field day. If the feds started concentrating on these crooks in trucking, believe me, you will see a huge change. Huge, huge. Think of all the money they can collect. How much money these clowns got sitting in their bank accounts. I remember years ago, not these guys, but it was another clown. I'd have to see if they're even still around. And by accident, they sent me their payout account. I remember they were arguing with me. They didn't even want to pay me a correct rate. And by accident, they sent me their, I don't know how they did it. They showed me what was in their payout account. And they were a brand new small broker. And they had about $500,000 in that account. I don't even think their brokerage authority was 2 years old. Foreigners. I said, wow. And after that load, I never touched them ever again. I said, I'm not getting caught up in that. Because when the feds come in, and especially when it's financial and they start searching everything, they're going to pull, they're going to dig. And then if they find you were involved in some other shit too, they're coming to take everything you have too. Yeah, believe it. And it doesn't matter. They're feds. You could even be innocent. They'll hold you up. They'll put you under investigation. You'll be sitting in the clink while they figure it out, because that's what the feds can do. This ain't your local police, baby. The feds, when they come a knocking, okay? And they scoop in and they take everything. And that's what I need them to do, to scoop in and take everything from these criminals who are probably not even in the United States. So I just don't know what to say. Okay, let me check the comments here. Let me check the comments. Please hit the thumbs up, folks. You know I put a lot of show time in here. So Maverick Paul, he said, we out here. Nice, Paul. Okay, and Jesm said, what? Yep, that's right. That's right. And this is the thing. The carriers, especially the new guys that try to do the right thing, they don't deserve this. They don't deserve this. Brokers need to knock out these bad apples so the good guys can flourish, not the bad guys. Rick said Bean. Yeah, you saw it was Bean in the beginning there. Bean, you're an idiot. You're a criminal. You're a criminal. You're a criminal. Brian Huang, thank you for your work, Axel. No problem, you know. Somehow I got into this crazy line of work, you know. Eric Nelson, get him, Axel. Yep, you know, I come for him. I come for him and I show everything. And they cannot deny everything. It's all there. Black, white, color, motion, live, tagged, keyword, out to the internet for everybody to see. Elite Expediting, salute to GMM. Yeah, if you didn't see the GTMM crooks, go see them too. I think that was last show, if I'm not mistaken. Crocker, thumbs up. Nice to see you again, Crocker. Thank you. And you got here late. Yeah, you gotta, you know, with my shows, you gotta sit back, have a clear mind, and pay attention, because I try to keep them 30 minutes to an hour. You know, I want you to be able to come back, rewatch, and gather exactly what you need. This is what we call evergreen. It goes on the shelf so people can rewatch it, okay? So if I make it 2, 3, 4 hours long, nobody's going to watch that. So we try to keep it within a reasonable amount of time, or try to bring you as much facts, as much documents, and present it to you in a chronological or however way it's lined up, attaching to each other. But it's really amazing to me, this show tonight, what I found with these nonprofits. Thumbs up. Don't forget to hit the thumbs up, folks. You got any more questions? You guys are always quiet lately. 13 watching. You know those are a bunch of the crooks. Hey, if you're in the chat, say hi to the crooks, because, you know, Axel, I'm a fair guy. When I do the shows, whatever criminals I dig up, whatever frauds I find, and I have their emails, I add them into my emailer. So bing, it goes right into their email. They get a copy of their own show to see what kind of morons they are, and to let them know that some of us out here are watching, reporting, and hoping they get the silver bracelets. But now, like this organized crime group, I think they need bars. They need bars, thick bars. They need a bologna sandwich and that cheap coffee. They need to see and feel what it's like to come to this country and commit all this fraud in trucking. Because that's what they're doing, financial crimes. Yeah, you might go to the Fed joint. But either way, you deserve it. You frauds deserve it. And any of you dispatchers that operate for these crooks, you're idiots, because you're going to get held. You're going to be part of holding the ball, or whatever they call it. And any carriers that do work for these guys, you put yourself in jeopardy dealing with these guys, especially because a lot of times on the loads, you have to give your name or your vehicle number. The brokers, they can see who you are. So if they see you're jumping around from fraud to fraud to fraud, they might not want to risk giving you loads, because they'll probably think you're one of the frauds too. Hi, crooks, and a special shout out to Jake. Yeah, Jake's been missing lately. We know who Jake probably was. One of the other frauds, scammers. Any other questions? And like I said, folks, and you see it pressing off on the bottom there, you know, subscribe. Views help. Like I said, if you want to sponsor, then sponsor. It takes me a lot of time to do these shows. I'm going to tell you, I probably spent, I'm going to say maybe 2 hours going back and forth with the broker on this one. You know, he'd send me some, hey, look at this. And I'd say, okay, pull me this, you know, back and forth. And then it probably took me easy, I'm going to say another 8 to 9 hours to screenshot all this stuff, start researching, start looking, and to figure out who is what is connected, go back and look at stuff. Like when I saw the Transglobal, and then Transglobal Express, and then another authority, and another corporation, and then it's just, it doesn't end with these people. And that's what they do. That's why they've gotten away with this for so long, because nobody has fronted them. Nobody has put them out on Front Street. Now, you brokers inside your systems, you need to start putting their names even for these people. So whenever their name comes up, boom, a flag comes up. Oh, this guy's had 4 authorities before. I'm serious. The vetting platforms that you use, a lot of them, and I'm going to get one of those vetting platforms, because they're crooks too. I'm telling you, you guys have become dependent. You've allowed your agents to become dependent on some of these vetting platforms. But I'm telling you, you've become like blind, lazy to what's really going on. You need to really start searching stuff. Like, as long as you have a brokerage and you're going to sign up a carrier, take a few extra minutes. Tell the agent, hey, pull everything. I want to know his underwear size. Pull the corporation, pull everything. You need to know who you're dealing with, okay? And then just take a time and search. I mean, if you want to be a good agent or a good broker, I would figure whoever your people is you want to deal with on the carrier side, you want to say, hey, I got these 10 good carriers. I know they're good. I know their drivers are good. I know they're legit. I know they're not running nonprofit trucking corporations, you know, stuff like that. That's it, you know. Okay, any other questions? Probably not. And that probably means I can get out of here. What do you think? You let me know, folks. You let me know. Any other questions? Okay. I don't think you guys got any more questions. So, like, share, subscribe, join as channel member. Put some patriotic shirts up underneath the video. I'm out. Axel's got to work at the next show. And to you crooks and frauds, I'm coming for you. You're not going to escape. One by one. Piece by piece. How do you feel about that? Leave a comment. I'm Axel. Work with me, and I'll put these crooks in the light. Stomp them out, brokers. Don't pay these crooks anymore. I'm Axel. I'm out. Off to the next show.